Hey, so we're hot off the release of Agile Productivity in the Agility Conversation episode of the Indigo podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
It released this morning, and so we just wanted to take a minute or two and let you all know a little bit about what that is going to have in it. And you should all go download it now, either through the Indigo podcast or it's actually as its own standalone podcast too, under the Agility Conversation.
Yeah, and last week we focused in to the sort of microscopic level of agile. We talked about agile decision making, and this week we're just hot off the press, focusing outwards to the biggest frame of all of agile productivity and how do you make sure that things are flowing, that the work is flowing, the decisions are flowing, and that you are in traction on a good trajectory to a bright future. The big challenge of productivity in the craziness of the world and staying agile. It's been a great conversation.
That's right. And we started in that episode that you'll listen to here today, talking about your personal approach toward it and some of the tips and tricks that you can do to stay in the driving seat, so to speak, of your business using some of these ideas. And we also talked about how you can meet the challenge of the turbulence that you're facing using some good triage. And I thought that was just a fantastic conversation that we had.
Yeah. Triage is an agile approach to productivity, right? How many times have we heard the word triage in the last few months, 6 months with COVID? There's not enough resources, personal protection equipment, respirators to go around. We have no choice except to triage supply and demand, because demand massively exceeds supply. And if we triage well, we get a good outcome. If we don't triage so well, we don't get quite such a good outcome. And it becomes very evident very quickly with few second chances.
Yeah, so if you're struggling, drowning, right, and you want to get your life back, because triage is normally like the bodies are everywhere. Well, if your body is everywhere, this episode is about how you can get your life back and get back in the driver's seat of what you need to do as an individual facing challenges in your work life and your personal life and really everywhere.
Yeah, because most people hold triage as a very sort of tactical thing. I fight the fires that are right in front of me. No, no, no. It is that, but it's also strategic triage. It's soup to nuts. It's got to be everything. I'm triaging inside of full situational awareness, not just partial situational awareness, and that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah. Sometimes we come across people who say, well, should I be focusing on these things that are immediate or should I be focusing on these things that are long-term? And the answer is yes.
But we don't leave you hanging. That's like
right.
telling a musician, go learn all your chord scales and arpeggio and make elegant music. We actually give you some pragmatic steps on how to do that. We throw you a lifeline for surviving in this challenging environment that we're all living in.
Yeah.
That's right. And so, so check out the episode that we have on agile productivity. It's fantastic. Also, just want to remind our viewers and listeners that Mike and Chris and I will be doing a webinar next week. It's on September 16th. So I encourage all of you to check that out. We have links to that in the show notes for the episode on agile productivity, so you can directly go there and sign up. It's free. It's going to be wonderful. I'm going to put out a lot of great information there too.